The stars are shining bright for Buffalo. Lindy Ruff will get to coach some familiar faces in Dallas as 3 Sabres make the starting lineup for the East All-Star squad. The Sabres make a midweek stop in the Midwest, where Chicago is in the middle of another slump. Buffalo will try to hand the Hawks their 4th straight loss. Next on MSG.
I think first of all, it's great for our team. It's great for our city. I think it's awesome for our fans. It's just gone to prove the last year and a half hasn't been by accident.
All right, let's talk about the Chicago Blackhawks, a team that's got 39 points so far in the season. They've lost 3 consecutive games. They got Martin Havlat in the offseason, their big acquisition. He's been hurt much of the year, and he's not playing tonight due to a groin injury. The other big name, goaltender Nikolai Khabibulin, who has not been the Bulin Wall so far this season like he was in Tampa.
Well, he's the key guy, and if that's not right, Chicago's always going to suffer. They've paid him a sizable amount to really perform. It hasn't happened. He's gone south along with Coing. You got Havlat out of the lineup. Good deal for Buffalo going into this game.
Back here at the United Center, awaiting the start of the only meeting between these two teams this regular season. Campbell keeping it in front of the net. There's a shot right on the rebound. They score! Jochen Hest on the pass from Pominville, and Buffalo takes the lead.
It definitely is a great reflection on the Sabres and what we've done as a team.
Yeah, one of the Buffalo Sabre All-Stars, our Colt FX Who's Hot, Ryan Miller, who will start the All-Star game in the Nets. 21 victories this year, near the top of the National Hockey League in that category.
Back to the point, kept in by Spotchuk. Spotchuk slides it off, gets it back. One-timer blocked in front of the net, and that hurts. Down on the ice is Drury. Drury trying to get up. There's another shot. He got nailed again. And Khabibulin covers up. Drury got cross-checked. Another Chicago penalty. And the Hawks are in a delayed penalty situation. And Chris Drury's going to go to the dressing room and say, would somebody look at my back? Is there a bullseye on it?
It's definitely, it's pretty cool. I'm excited about it.
And on our Cold FX Who's Hot, yet another time for Buffalo, another All-Star. Daniel Briere, who assisted on Buffalo's only goal so far, 50 points on the season. Chicago, a little bit chilly last night and today.
No kidding.
And the wind was roaring down Michigan Avenue.
The $1 Million Mile, or whatever it's called.
The Magnificent Mile, or I forget what it is, but
no, whatever it is. I know one place I stopped, there was darn near $1 million for the beer. I can tell you that. And only had one. That's all I could afford.
You know, we had a bunch of fans down here below us too. Yeah. I don't know where they went. They disappeared. They had a sign that said from Buffalo, send money and chicken wings. Well, there's
we got
some fans here. Why is it all our fans seem to be buzzed? Let's just say buzzed. They were throwing notes to us up here.
You're asking the wrong person, you know.
What, about being buzzed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Novotny gaining the line, kicked at the puck, and Khabibulin will send it off the boards, clear to the blue line, not out, penalty coming up here, and it's going to go to Spotchuk, and now Spotchuk is being challenged by Seabrook, and everybody looking for a partner after Spotchuk ran into Sharp, who struggles to his feet.
Spotchuk caught Sharp up in the neutral zone, and he was whistled for a penalty on that, and then we'll see what happens as Seabrook, as Rick mentioned, got involved going after Spotchuk, and Sharp makes his way to the Chicago bench, appearing to be okay.
Looking forward to it. I'm sure I'll be dreaming a lot about it until the day comes.
our trio of All-Stars tonight for Buffalo. Our Colt FX Who's Hot, Brian Campbell representing the Sabres at the All-Star game as a starter.
So now we got some shoving going on. Spotchuk and Sharp mixing it up behind the play. It was Spotchuk who nailed Sharp earlier in this period. And Spotchuk was called for tripping on a check that looked pretty good to both my partner and myself.
It looked like a clean hip check. We have 22 shots, stopped 21 of them. He has been just great in there. And Ryan Miller at the other end equally as good. In fact, just a little better. 1 goal better up to this point. Miller with 20 shots and 20 saves. And you know, the line of Daniel Briere, Hesht, and Pominville have created many of Buffalo's scoring chances. And they have been stopped, except for that one time, by Habby Boulin.
Up Finneganov in over the line. Up Finneganov took his shot. He scores. Up Finneganov baked it in off the goaltender. And Buffalo has a 2-0 lead. Back and get it up the middle. Take it in over the line by Archipok with a shot. Miller makes the save again. Oh, the puck's in the net.
Said it's a goal, the red light is on, and Ryan Miller said no, it's not.
I thought Miller had the puck.
I did too, but maybe not.
Make the right decision, insist on Karuba Collision, the official collision repair centers of the Buffalo Sabres. Tony Lumen catches Tuomo Ruutu trying to cut in and drops him right beside the net. They'll be winging their way back in a hurry. They have to play host to the Toronto Maple Leafs at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll have all the action for you then. Lexus Shootout is coming up next. Till tomorrow, Rick Jenneret for Jim Lorenz. Good night from the Midwest.
What's it like to fly a Gemini space mission? I'm Jim Lovell, and I was the command pilot in the very spacecraft you're looking at, alongside Buzz Aldrin on Gemini 12.
And we have window.
There we go. Makes a pretty picture, doesn't it? But inside the ship, here's what it's really like. As you lift off, G-forces are building up to 8 times the force of gravity and squeezing your face into a shape from a monster movie. If you don't stop accelerating soon, you'll black out. That's better. Each Gemini mission is a kind of a test to gain knowledge for the Apollo moon landings later on. Before anyone can go to the moon, we need to learn how to rendezvous with our unmanned target vehicle. That's no small trick, since space is bigger than all Earth's oceans put together, and you're looking for one small speck.
Did you know that Land Rovers and Range Rovers are actually made for Mars? You know, Mars, we're trying to populate it. Hey, are you even recording, dude? The light's not on.
And I turned it off.
Hey, we're gonna populate Mars in probably like 6 months. Royce is gonna be there first. He's gonna bring some Range Rovers. Hang on a second, real quick. Yep, that guy right there, he's gonna be the father of your children. Scary thought.
Not really, no.
Nah, he's a good looking guy. You should look forward to that.
I love the moon, or Mars, whatever we're on right now. Go!